Situation. One of our customers came to us and asked whether we could resolve their problem ahead of an exhibition. They wanted to present a podcast for an exhibition but not use their old audio guide device. These were their prerequisites. Too expensive to upgrade their old audio guide devices. There was a podcast that had to be linked to the exhibition. It included sound, images, and text. They also wanted to have the option of showing video. The podcast included copyright-protected music. They had permission to use a certain amount of music in their podcast, but it had to be impossible to listen to the podcast and music outside the museum building. It must be easy to use. One option was to offer an app that could be downloaded using their Wi-Fi. However, from experience, both we and the museum are of the opinion that many people feel it's inconvenient to download an app just for one exhibition. People are not sure what they should do or are unable to remember their passwords for the App Store or Google Play. They wanted to get paid. Using the app's built-in in-app purchase function was not an option. This was too expensive. What we worked out fairly quickly is that if the customer's own hardware was not used and visitors used their own smartphones instead, this meant that we offered a web app instead. The web app allows us to resolve many of the problems. The web app works on all platforms. It is easy to create a layout which matches the museum's graphic profile. It is easy to correct errors, and it is easy to integrate with the museum's website. And with the OnSpotStory system's content management system, it is easy for the museum to manage, edit, and add content. It was important to our customer to ensure that it was impossible to listen to the podcast outside the museum building due to copyright. Hence, we created a Wi-Fi lock, which we refer to as restricted access. With this, you have to be logged on to their open Wi-Fi to be able to access the web app and the payment function. To make it as easy as possible for visitors to launch the web app, we have built an intelligent domain, appguide.me. If people access this domain and are on the museum's Wi-Fi, they are taken directly to the web app without having to input a long and complicated URL. We created a system whereby people can print out tickets. These tickets include an instruction on what to do and a single-use code. The single-use code can be set to just remain valid for a certain number of hours after first use. After this, it is worthless. So, to summarize the solution to their problem, upgrading the devices was expensive. The web app solution meant that no hardware was needed. A web app on visitors' smartphones can handle all media with ease. The web app works on all smartphones. The podcast included copyright-protected music. We created the restricted access function. It is easy to get started with a web app if people are using the museum's Wi-Fi. No standard app installation was required. The instruction on the ticket and the smart domain appguide.me made things easy for users. Selling a ticket with an instruction and a single-use code was easy and completely natural to visitors. Thank you for listening.